Hey everyone, Brad here from Astute Overwatch and welcome back to another top 10 video, where this time, we're going to be counting down the best moments from the final week of competition in Stage 2. It was definitely a week to remember as teams vied for position among the top of the rankings in order to clinch their spot in the stage playoffs. The final day of competition proved to be nothing short of spectacular as the top 3 teams put on an absolutely stellar showing across the 10 maps in play. With that in mind, it should come as no surprise that this was bar none the most difficult list to put together since the Overwatch League commenced. Dozens of hours of deliberation went into ensuring that this video truly conveys the most significant moments from the week. So with that, let's not wait any longer as we jump right into things with a play in our 10th spot. Kicking us off this week, we have Rascal from the Dallas Fuel bringing out the Mei in an unorthodox composition that entirely threw NYXL for a loop. Despite their dim performances of late, the Fuel were burning bright throughout their tremendous series with New York this week, and their incredible efforts were none more prevalent than in their showing on Lijiang Tower. Building their composition around Rascal in effect, Dallas are able to gain control of the objective before marching their way towards the entry choke points. As we can see here with their first attempt to simply make it back towards the point, Mano is separated from the rest of his team thanks to a well-timed wall from Rascal. A single ultimate is all that's needed for Dallas to eliminate the opposing tanks and effectively win the teamfight.
Through together, guess what? Both of your tanks are dead! You got nothing there to absorb the damage now, nothing there to absorb the hurt.
Maintaining their defensive position, Rascal times the wall perfectly once again as he splits NYXL, forces out an uneven teamfight, and secures a flawless victory for the Dallas Fuel on this phase of the map.
Not gonna be enough, 100% gain for Dallas Fuel.
Coming in at number 9 this week, we have the first appearance from the new San Francisco starting DPS in Sinatra. Having only just turned of age considered eligible for competition, this was the popular streamer's very first series on the main stage. Closing out the 4th map in the match against the revitalized Florida Mayhem, Sinatra goes on an absolute tear as Tracer to help secure the map win for his team. Starting this clip off, we see the payload nearing the completion point as Sinatra shuts down Maniton before he's able to remech. He immediately goes on to nearly one-clip Zupe before finishing him off with a melee. Moving on to his next target, he helps clean up Logix into Vic in order to attain his very first 15-player kill streak in the Overwatch League. A remarkable accomplishment for any player in the league, let alone someone competing in their very first match on stage. In our 8th spot this week, we have a play from the pivotal matchup between the LA Gladiators and the Philadelphia Fusion, as a win here would have propelled either team ever closer to clinching the 3rd spot in the stage playoffs. Starting the playoff, we can see that Philly were attempting to advance back onto the first point on Hollywood, or at the very least, stall things out for as long as possible. Before they could really make a dent, however, Hydration, one of the only 2 people in the match currently with an ultimate at the ready, prepares his Dragon Blade and instantly shreds through both Boombox and Snillo in a single slice thanks to the damage boost from Big Goose. He goes on to effortlessly clip the wings from Neptuno before wrapping things up with a kill onto Carpe. A quick play, but an opportunistic one at that, as Hydration successfully exposed the flaws in Philadelphia's momentary positional errors.
And to go in, oh, but Hydration says no way, man, this point is ours, and my Dragon Blade's gonna prove it. 4K!
Coming in at number 7, we have Dream Casper reminding everyone in the league that the Boston Uprising can still hang. With Infrasight active, he starts the ridiculous highlight off with a perfectly timed kill onto Baby Bear. With his ultimate now expired, he dodges a little damage before repositioning himself in line of sight of Moth, whom he immediately snaps onto. It's 3 bullets, 3 kills as he connects with Nomi to essentially secure the point flip for his team. Just for good measure, he drops Sleepy to practically 1 HP and forces the remainder of the shock to retreat. Incredible display of timing and accuracy from Dream Casper as he takes the 7th spot this week.
you know he had to do it. He did have the infrasight. Okay! That's just beautiful! Dream Casper doesn't care!
Jonak stands tall throughout the play in our number 6 spot this week. As Dallas press onto the point in their very first attack on Hanamura, they do so with reckless abandon but are able to create space and pick up 3 easy kills as a result. Typically, point A on Hanamura crumbles rather rapidly, especially if half of the defensive line is wiped out. Fortunately for NYXL, however, they have the most powerful Omnic in the world on their side as Jonak comes in clutch on this incredible defensive effort. Off screen, he takes down Effect early into the fight before somehow deleting Custer, Mickey, and Rascal all in a congested space just behind the point. To ensure the deed is done, he eliminates Baby Diva as the rest of his team comes back from spawn. Yet another reminder to every team in the league that no one is ready for Jonak.
You think they're done, you think they're out, you think it's a winnable situation for the opposition, and then one of these guys just goes ballistic and wipes out the entire team single-handedly.
In our 5th spot this week, we have Linksa really finding his groove on Widowmaker, and I think I'm just gonna let this play speak for itself.
One of the most aim-intensive heroes in the game, and forced to out-aim somebody who was just destroying. Like, what is that? So patient as ever, waits for the reflex to finish. Oh, better! You've met your better! Pocketed by Bonnie, whether it's healing, whether it's damage. That's why we say he's the best counter sniper in the game, man. This next fighter cannot die here. He must stay alive. And Flatter now is going to get pushed. Nice work by Linkser. He comes forward. Linkser trying to man. Okay. 5 deaths. So Jake playing very good on Trump here. Threads the needle, Linkser. Doesn't burn challenges. Just the one at a time now. It's Soul Dynasty in full stall mode. The heads are rolling. And Linkser is delivering. We're in overtime. The Outlaws do need to get this down. And they do. Unbelievable Widowmaker performance from Linkser. 14 final blows. I'd say about half of them happening in the last minute.
So yeah, I mean, it's fair to assume that Linkser is pretty decent at this sniping thing, but moving into the play on our 4th spot this week, we have an absurd sequence of events that transpired in the series between the Philadelphia Fusion and LA Valiant. We can immediately see numerous players flexing onto heroes that they typically wouldn't play, especially not in high-stakes matchups so close to the stage playoffs. Poco is on the Zarya whilst Ichiro fills his shoes on the Diva. The adjustment pays off in spades, however, thanks to some incredible timing on behalf of Fraggy. Agilities bundles together a few members of the Fusion to kick things off as Fate attempts to follow up with a Shadow to ensure the Philly team stays grounded. Keeping his shield in place for the ideal amount of time, Fraggy saves the squishies on his team as he downs every single member of the Valiant with a single ultimate. The Grav comes in and groups everyone together for a swift team kill as Philly went on to take the map and the series over the Valiant.
Philadelphia Fusion, that was about as one-sided as it gets. Talk about a team kill.
Moving into the play on our 3rd spot this week, we have probably the single most impressive Widowmaker play that wasn't caught on stream. With plenty of time left on the clock, the Fusion had been storming through King's Row and Carpe was not about to relent. He starts the madness with an easy kill into Birdring. I mean, I say easy, but do keep in mind throughout this play that the level of competition could not be higher here. This is the first series of the playoffs, teams 2 and 3 facing off. He quickly goes on to kill Nuss and deal critical damage to Fury. Advancing his position ahead of the rest of his team, something we rarely ever see a Widowmaker do, he is able to pick off profit on the retreat for good measure. He bottles up one side of the spawn room for London before killing Birdring yet again as the camera shifts perspectives to track the payload. As though his effort thus far wasn't significant enough, Carpe takes out a Tire, another tank, and a Tracer mere moments apart. Just in this clip alone, he negates an ultimate and stacks up 7 kills in just under 30 seconds. So many great Widow plays this week, but Carpe stands out amongst the rest. In at number 2, we have EQO coming in clutch in the very final map of Stage 2. With precious seconds ticking away for the Fusion and both supports down, EQO takes matters into his own hands to turn their final attempt around. He first takes out Sabiobi before activating his ultimate. Now what's important about this moment is that EQO is wise enough to respect the most powerful Zen in the league in Jonak. He pulls out the blade but before long, utilizes his reflect ability to stay on his feet. The rapid decision paved the way for EQO to take out both supports on the side of NYXL, a near impossible feat at such low health, especially when considering that Arc just popped Valkyrie to fly to a safe distance. He is taken down as Sabiobi exacts some revenge, but it doesn't take long for EQO to return to the fray. Off screen, he takes down Jonak moments before he would have acquired his ultimate and kept his team alive on the point. An incredible display of game sense throughout this play. Not only is he able to keep himself alive against all odds, but his ability to select the crucial targets in a momentous teamfight is second to none. And finally, coming in at number 1 this week, despite the tremendous effort from the Philadelphia Fusion, the top spot simply had to go to NYXL and their ability to pull the championship series back from the brink of a sweeping defeat. Down 0-2 going into halftime, NYXL managed to stunt the momentum of Philly by holding them to a single tick on the first point of the 3rd map in Volskaya, statistically one of the least held points in all of the Overwatch League. This is a credit to Libero's absurd Widowmaker play as he picks apart the opposition one by one. The first flick is seriously something special. He takes out Carpe, who as we just saw, was having the game of his life on the Widowmaker, but then he immediately goes on to shut down Neptuno before he can even come close to finishing the res. That's 2 crucial picks, and barring some miraculous play, that's the map.
Jump out of the dumpster, but it's too late. NYXL say stay there, we'll take the map.
Moving into the next portion of the series, NYXL carry their newfound momentum forward as they roll through the Fusion's defensive setup to take 2 maps in a row before eventually going on to take the final map in the series. From the brink of pure and utter defeat, they somehow complete the reverse sweep and secure the title of Stage 2 champions. Now, Philadelphia looked truly unstoppable when closing out the first series of the day against London, and the first 2 maps against NYXL looked no different. I don't know what exactly the New York coaches said to the players during halftime, but it certainly proved effective as they walk away the top team in the Overwatch League. So that's it, that's our video for the final week of Stage 2. I hope you enjoyed it, and of course feel free to share your thoughts in the comments down below, let us know what you think deserved a spot on the list, but as always, thanks for tuning in and I'll see you in the next one.